Vambora. Vamos subir. Esse aqui é um peixe, que é esse aqui? Tem alguma coisa aqui, velho. É um peixe, é uma baleia. Ó, dá marcada. Tô chegando. Tá escuro demais. É melhor deixar assim, né? Mais uma baleia.
Let's go tag some sperm whales so we can eavesdrop on their hunting.
One of our viewers wants to know if there is a problem with the link, since the waypoints keep appearing and disappearing.
No problem. The drones are in stealth mode, so they will only track the whales by sound.
I better swim fast.
Ative a câmera. Ative a câmera, e aí?
We'll keep good watch over you.
Ué, ainda tá mudando aí pra lá? Ative a câmera. Sumiu dali agora. Ué. Apareceu de novo. Tem um bicho que tá fazendo som. Ué, eu ativei a câmera nos dois. Quem tá mandando eu voltar lá? Sumiu. Não tô entendendo nada. Eita porra. Marcou. Já foi. Perdemos a câmera.
What just happened?
I think the squid knocked the camera right off.
I had that camera feed in full screen on my visor, and for a second I thought it was lights out for me.
Sounds like a good time for the sub to pick you up. Live stream out.
Vai ter que seguir pra ela. Lagos de Salmoura são, como o nome sugere, lagos do fundo do mar, incrivelmente ricos em forma de vida desconhecida. Eles têm a receita perfeita para a vida. Voltamos pro barco.
Sound to whales is everything. It's their hands. These are animals with the biggest brain on Earth and the most powerful sonic apparatus. They spend a lot of their time deep down. They're diving for an hour at a time in darkness. Just like a submarine is echolocating, they're kind of they ping a signal out and then they wait for that signal to bounce off something and come back as the signal, and from that information they could get an idea of what's there.
They constantly click, and that click sometimes can be really loud, and you can feel it in your body. It's like going to a DJ and that feeling that bass. Once I had an experience with a sperm whale. It clicked, my ears almost like bounced back. It's really an amazing feeling, you know.
You don't develop a huge, complicated brain if you're not using it. Whales have little channels of communicating where they could talk to each other hundreds of kilometers away using sound.
Sperm whales make clicks in sort of rhythmic patterns that we call codas. Any family might have 20 to 25 different coda patterns that they use when they're having conversations with each other. And some of them are unique to different places in the world. In the Eastern Caribbean, they make a lot of what we call a 1 + 1 + 3. That sounds kind of like this. And that's only ever been recorded in the Caribbean. And it's been identical for the last 35 years. These are really different ways of life that are being labeled by these coda patterns. In the same way that human language is kind of a shorthand for where you come from. You can make a lot of missteps when traveling simply by speaking incorrectly or introducing yourself differently. Do you hug? Do you shake hands? Do you bow? And a growing concern has to do with the noise that we're putting into the ocean. Everything we do impacts everything they're doing. The sound is causing high levels of stress in animals like this. No one wants to live at a rock concert. You can imagine trying to have your home inside an arena while some metal band is playing. And that's increasingly what the ocean feels like.
Tá. Cadê bicho novo aqui, velho? Olha os olhos dele. Estranho, né, velho? Filho novo. Esse aqui parece uma cobra. Ó a boquinha. Ó, ó. Esse aqui a gente já viu, né? O olho aqui, ó. O olho. Tá. Mensagem da Irina.
It's Irina. Since there's no dive today, I'm going to lose myself in the wet lab to work on those samples you sent up from the brine pool. Hey, have you listened to my daughter's track? Interesting, right?
E tem uma coisa pra ver ali também, ó. Mensagem de André.
Mirai, remember the tag we found on the turtles? I put it out on the network and I got the strangest message back. I'm gonna take a tender to a small island nearby and check it out. I'll explain everything later. Still no mapping drone, by the way.
Tá. Mensagem da amiguinha lá.
Hey, it's me. Nana didn't qualify for the study. Doctor says we missed the window. Whatever that means. Hard to tell what she remembers now. It's tough. Not sure my head's 100% there with school. Honestly, seems like a waste of money. Anyway, see you.
Tá. Só foi mensagens. É melhor vir aqui. Ó, tem mais dois, ó.
Brine pools are amazing habitat. It's a lake on the bottom of the ocean. And it's this surreal seascape. Chemically, each one of them is unique.
These brines undoubtedly contain bacteria, archaea, and viruses that are unknown to science. We know that they're incredibly rich in undescribed life forms. They have the perfect cocktail, the perfect recipe for life. These sites aren't just salty, they can be violent, characterized by eruptions and incredibly unstable conditions. So to live in them, you have to not only be hardy, but you have to be able to endure constantly changing conditions because not one day is the same. The organisms that live there, they undergo a constant biological warfare with each other to dominate the environment, to survive in the system. The biochemicals that they produce to do that biological warfare are applicable to curing diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's. They produce antibiotics and antivirals that can also be used to improve human health. And we drop targets as we go, so we know exactly where we sample. Exploring these habitats is absolutely necessary because the metabolic potential there has the capacity to change the way we think about medicine, to change the way we think about antibiotics, based on our knowledge that we gain from studying these incredible environments in the deep sea.
Foda, foda. Dedos robóticos.
Imagine if I was sent in to go study the Mona Lisa, and I come in with a pair of snippers, and I'm like, I'm gonna need to cut this baby up a little bit to see what kind of chemical composition is going on there. Like, you wouldn't do that, right? We don't have to kill these animals. We don't have to kill to understand. If we could do a single cell, that means we don't need to kill 20,000 animals to be able to really understand that one. We could do our work much more non-invasively.
So we are working this year on a new project to deploy tags on orcas. We need to learn more about the diet and how they use the habitat. So by deploying those tags, we get the information we need. It is the least invasive method. It is suction cups. So it is not a scratch on the whale afterwards, which is something we really like.
In the deep sea, we use these like robotic claws from the oil and gas industry that gets you the sample, but this is so archaic. So we've been designing something called squishy robot fingers, which are ways to be gentle when we study the deep sea. But I think we could even take this another level. There's some organism, we quickly encase it. It's like a medical checkup. We give it a swab to get its genome. We image it from all directions. We open it up, the animal goes away, and we have more information than we've ever had before. These animals are Mona Lisas. Our perception of them should change. We should be more delicate.
Mona Lisa.
Day 13. We're in the vents region without a map because of the lost drone. Diving blind, but I know these vents are important to Arena. We tracked a tag from our whale family here. I'm hoping it just fell off, as this would be an unusual place for a whale to be. Andre has the dive suit in safe mode, so I'll have restricted range. Head south to find the clearing for the sub pickup. Check. Ready to dive.
Pronta para mergulhar.
I'm in and okay.
Remember, no buoys and no waypoints. I put a simple version of the mapping system on your Manta drone. Now, we won't get your feed live, so we'll hear you, but won't see what you see.
I really wish we hadn't lost that mapping drone.
Relax. You know I've got this.
Of course, but we'll keep unnecessary chatter to a minimum to help you focus.
Roger that. No chit-chat. Singing's okay, though, right? Arena, how will I know the difference again between a dormant vent and a live vent?
Well, the live vents would have 400-degree water streaming out, so that's one way.
Check. Wide berth in the live hydrothermal vents.
Sorry. I thought my mic was muted. This is a dormant field. No live vents.
Tá, é isso aqui, as fontes. Uma. Achei uma. Tem tubarões aqui. Como eu vou saber pra onde eles estão? Tubarão, já dei uma olhada em você, né? Nada, tem um carinha ali, ó. Tá, 4 de 5, falta uma. Não, aqui a gente veio, pô. É o tubarão. Esse aqui a gente viu. Falta uma só. Aquele ali a gente viu. E aí, tubarão? Nós. Acho que a gente veio daqui, não foi? Esse aqui a gente vê.
Neither of you are gonna believe this. I think I found the mapping drone.
Really?
No way.
Can you scan it to make sure?
Scan confirms.
O
I
drone
thought you
foi de
programmed
F,
it to
hein,
track
amiga?
the noise from the miners.
I did. I definitely did.
Maybe you never committed the change. You were pretty exhausted that night.
Maybe.
Talvez. A outra, né? Chama o último.
Okay, this dive just keeps getting stranger. How hot did you say that water typically is in a live vent?
Is that a joke?
Calma aí, tubarão. Chega aí.
Down one drone, but discovered an unmapped.
Tem um bicho novo aqui, né?
Mirai, this is great. I truly believe that these systems are the key to
Ai, eu pensei que ele ia me bater, né?
Thank you so much for doing the dive under these conditions.
I know we're giving me the silent treatment, but I think I just discovered a new species of octopus.
Not sure I can confirm that with just one scan.
Sorry, didn't copy that.
Actually, that might be the answer.
What?
To why the drone died.
We were talking about the origins of life.
My mind won't stop if it can't fit all the pieces together. The mapping drone may have cruised too close to the vent. It's got more delicate equipment on its underside that are not rated for anything close to that temperature.
You sound almost pleased.
Well, it's better to know the flaws so you can fix them.
Irina, did you expect volcanic activity here?
Cara, tem coisa lá pra trás, não tem?
Glowing? Need more?
Mirai,
Eu acho que tem.
a very wide berth.
Eu quase
Maybe from your
certeza.
sub.
Eu deixei alguma coisa lá pra trás, né? Capaz de escanear o negócio. Só que eu desci aqui. E aí como você escaneia, sabe? Tipo,
Are you kidding me?
Describe, please.
I can't. I mean, I don't want to.
Mirai, you're making me uneasy.
Seriously, we'll look at it together when I'm done with the dive.
tem coisa lá atrás, cara. Não, eu não consigo, eu vou ficar louco se eu não voltar, né? Se eu não voltar, eu vou ficar louco, calma aí. Eu só escaneei um de quatro. Eu tenho que voltar lá, né? Senão eu vou ficar louco. Mas será que tem coisa pra baixo? Isso que é foda, né? Dei tudo isso pra nada. Tinha um negócio lá no começo pra escanear um de 4. Eu achei que era aqui, né? Ia ter mais. Bora, mídia. Essa velocidade toda aí, bora querer, hein? Calma aí. Vai ser esse tubarão. Deixa eu ver. Foi aqui que eu escaneei aquele, ó. Um de 4. Eu não sei se tem coisa. Aí, ó. Ainda tem aqui, ó. Fazer aqui outra. Não resisto, pô. É por ter dado aquele scan aqui primeiro. Já fui descendo. Pronto. Pronto aí. Se tivesse feito isso, achei que ia estar pra baixo, pô, nem cheguei, pô, tá escuro pra caramba. Mas eu completei aqui pelo menos. A gente tem que dar 2 paletadas, né? Isso que é duro. Vai na calma, amiga, vai na calma aí, não tem pressa. Já foi tudo deles, foi. No de um, só existe um, cara. Pra pegar nele. A velocidade. Entre as pedras. Epa, epa, epa. Epa, epa, epa. Ai, meu Deus do céu. Onde eu se me enfiar, né? O rosto fica legal, hein?
Is it possible that this is one of our tags?
That's my tag sound.
Cara, achei uma coisa aqui. Achei. Basta procurar, hein? É nóis, amiguinho, tô indo, hein? Opa aí. Nossa, é bem apertado, hein, velho? Nossa. Eu vou sair aonde aqui?
Is that an opening there?
Tem que ter, né? Tem não, tem que ter. Foda é. Então. Aonde eu estou, né? Agora. Acho que a gente entrava por lá e saía por aqui, né? Eu não sei onde saiu, velho. Não sei mesmo. Ah, voltamos pra cá. Já sei onde é, me localizei. Achei um buraco olhando pro chão, né? Posso deixar eu passar vários? Posso. Tem tubarão já foi visto já. Tá, né? Terminando com o tubarão, vamos deixar no próximo.